And we're back with the longest journey. So, let's see what he probably, I'm gonna guess, wins?
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Because Nima seems so much more of a
Mine is the
homecomer.
tale of Winds, Windbringer. Do you wish to hear it?
I guess.
Very much.
Ugh.
Then I shall tell it. This is the tale of Winds, my tale, and I pledge to tell it in my own words, as told in turn by my teacher. In the village of Karan, in the mountains of tall winds, there lived a young Alatian woman named Iwana. Iwana had one desire above all others, to soar higher and farther than anyone else.
Alright, I'm guessing
And even though her wings were no broader,
she's gonna find
nor
out
her
that
body
she's
sleeker than anyone else's, she pursued this foolish desire without rest. And as time passed, she did soar higher, and she did fly farther
And let me guess, she learned
than
that she
the
shouldn't
other
fly that
young
far.
Elation in her village. And her name became known far and wide amongst the tribes of the mountains of tall winds. But still, Iwana was not happy.
Well, no, because
she
she
was
was
not happy because
very close
in
to
her
being an
vanity,
iguana. Haha.
even though she was a better flyer than almost everyone else, and to her eyes, she was still not good enough. She wanted to be so much better than anyone else that she would be remembered for all time as the best flyer amongst all the Elation.
Oh, is that all?
And so one day, Iwana decided to climb to the top of Mount Vakta'ana, the Tower of Light, and to soar from those giddy heights to the ends of the world.
Oh, goodies.
Her friends and her family pleaded with her not to, because every Elation knew that to soar from such heights was dangerous. That at such heights the air was thin and the winds treacherous.
Ooh.
But Iwana would not listen, and on a cold and clear morning she climbed up the Tower of Light to the rock and the ice at the very top. From there she could see to the ends of the world,
And?
and it brought tears to her eyes to know that now, finally, she would be greater and better than any Elation before her.
And then she fell
And
to
so
her death.
Iwana spread her wings and leaped off the mountain. Those who watched her from far below said that for a split moment Iwana soared, and she soared higher and farther than any Elation before or since. But then the treacherous
Wait, they
winds
said that at that
caught a hold
time?
of her, and the thin air made her plummet towards the ground,
Oh.
and to fall to her death amongst the rocks at the base of the mountain. In her vanity, Iwana could not see beyond her desire to be the very best. And vanity always stands to fall.
Okay.
That was the tale
Oh,
of winds.
that was nice and
my
brief.
tale, and I told it in my own words, as told to me in turn by my teacher.
That's lovely. Alright, let's get out of here. Because Nima still has to tell us a tale. Nima! Talk to me, Nima! Stay away from my
Hi,
pot.
Nima. Hi, April.
Hello.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds? I had to
Yeah,
learn
yeah.
the tale of homecoming. It took a long time, but I think I got it now. I'm better with pottery than I am with the tales, unfortunately.
Yeah, tell me.
Please. Very well. This is the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I shall tell it in my own words, as told to me by my teacher, in her words, and by her teacher in turn.
Okay.
Moran was a handsome young Elation
Ooh.
man with strong wings and a hardy beak. He lived
thought
below
that
the
said
white
salty
cliffs,
wings from
where the
over there.
water was salty and the fish plentiful.
Strong.
Moran was betrothed to Inara, the loveliest girl there ever was. She was fair and slender and tall, and her eyes were the clearest shade of blue.
Yeah, because I wouldn't
But Moran was
wanna see
hesitant to
an
enter into
overweight
union with
Maribel.
Inara, to become her husband and to
Elation.
give her children. He would always come up with a new excuse for why they had to wait a little while longer.
Ugh.
Now, Inara was skilled at pottery, but even more so with stories. And the teller of the village had many times asked Inara to be her apprentice, to learn all the tales, so that someday she could take over as the teller. But Inara refused, knowing that if she did accept the teller's offer, she would never be able to marry Moran, because a teller cannot have a husband nor children of her own. Her refusal to become the teller's apprentice was unheard of, because who could refuse such an honor? But to Inara, love was more important. Her love for Moran was beyond honor, beyond reason. But despite Inara's love, Moran was still hesitant. And then one day he told Inara, "I am traveling on a pilgrimage to the far shores. I will be gone for some time, and while I am traveling,
I will sleep with another
and in
woman.
accordance with our traditions, I will be freed from our betrothal. Not until I come back will the bond between us be renewed."
Ooh.
It was not unusual for a young Elatian man at that time to go on a pilgrimage, and the bond between the betrothed would often be cut while he was away, to be formed again upon his return. But Inara was heartbroken, because she had thought that Moran would soon want to marry her. When Moran saw her tears, he said to her, "Do not weep. When I come back, I promise I will marry you. Just wait for me, and stay with your pots, to make the time pass quickly." And then Moran left on his pilgrimage to the far shores.
Oh, and then he
Many
died,
years
no
went
doubt.
by, and Moran had exciting adventures on the far shores. But by and by, he began to long for home, and for Inara. And now he had finally realized that he loved her, and that he wanted to marry her. But when he returned, he could not find Inara amongst the pot makers. He went to visit her family, and they told him that, after waiting for many years, Inara accepted the teller's offer of apprenticeship. And that when the teller left on the last wind during the previous winter, Inara herself became the new teller. Angry, Moran made his way to the teller's nest, and when he saw Inara, he said to her, "You promised me you would wait." But Inara did not say a single word in answer. She just turned around and lifted something wrapped in leaves from the cot behind her and gave it to Moran. Moran unwrapped the package, and inside he found an old pot, cracked and broken in two. "What is this pot?" he asked. "And why did you not wait for me like I asked you to?" And finally Inara spoke, and she said to Moran, "I made this pot for you, my dear Moran, when you left, because I wanted it to be my marriage gift to you. But when many, many years passed, I finally realized that you did not love me the way I loved you, and to live hoping otherwise would be death." "But I want to marry you," cried Moran. "I came back." But Inara just nodded at the broken pot in Moran's hands and said, "Like an old pot that is left without care, a heart may break in two, and a broken heart can never be mended." And so Inara turned away, never to speak with Moran again. And Moran's heart, like the pot that was left untended, broke in two, because absence makes a heart brittle. This was the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I told it in my own words as told to me by my teacher, and as I will tell it to my student when the time comes.
Oh, see, that's beautiful.
Bye, Nima.
that was her only answer, like, "Oh, this was such a sad tale. Bye, Nima! I have cat. Bye, Nima! I have cancer. Bye, Nima." Alright.
Are you ready for the questions now?
I am.
Yes, ask me the questions.
Go on, go on, go on.
In
I'm
the
good
Tale
now.
of Winds, which mountain did Iwana fall from in her vain attempt to fly higher and further than anyone else?
That was... I would say Mount Buckle. Oh. Sorry, I've got things popping up because I popped out of screen again. Mount Bakalana, the Tower of
Mount
Light.
Bakta'ana, the Tower of Light.
Bakta'ana.
That is correct.
Yes.
In the Tale of Stars, what did Mona see in the sky that helped her find her way home?
The spirits of 5 tellers.
The spirits of 5 tellers.
Yay!
That is correct. In the Tale of Sea, what creature did the Lost One battle
Oh, it was
in his
the
quest to
Octawall.
recover the sacred jewel?
Octawo.
The Octawo?
Octawo?
That is correct.
We keep changing our
My
pronunciation
final
of these
question
things.
to you is this.
Octawo.
In the Tale of Homecoming, what was given to Moran by his teller when he returned from his pilgrimage?
It was a broken pot.
A broken pot, to teach him that absence may break a heart in two.
You have correctly answered all my questions, and so have proven your knowledge of the 4 tales. You are the Windbringer. The teller would see you presently.
Yay! Did you at least tell her I was coming? No. Oh. Hello, lady.
Come closer, human.
I do not bite. Much. No, closer than that.
I cannot see your face. Closer still. Come sit here by me.
Come sit on my lap. Or by my feet, that works too.
There you are. You see, my eyes are not what they used to be. Ages ago, I could spot a ladybug crawling up a straw of grass from 15 tree lengths up. Now, I have a hard time seeing my supper.
Oh.
But my ears, balance be praised, my ears, they are as good as ever. I could hear you outside, learning the tales my children tell. You are a good listener and a fast learner.
Yay!
They were
I like
interesting
praise.
stories, and your people told them well.
Well, except for the guy with
That
the
is
C.
what we do.
It was a bit long.
The elation are the keepers of the tales, and I am their teller, the one who must know all the tales told since the day we came to this world.
Including...
How can you do that? How can you remember every story ever told?
That's easy.
The
But...
secret is to tell them often and to tell them in your own words, not the words of your ancestors.
But do you know the tale of you being
Doesn't
one
that
with the
mean that
Merum?
the stories change with every generation?
Oh, a little bit.
Yes, as all tales must. Change is important. Otherwise, the tales will have no meaning to us. They will just be words. And we do not care about the words.
We don't?
We care about what the words tell us.
But there are good words like effulgent. You tell me effulgent means nothing to you? Effulgent.
How long have your people been telling stories?
Since the beginning, human. Since we came to this world a long, long time ago.
From the stars.
You're not from Earth? From Arcadia?
Not according to our tales. We came on a great wind before the divide, when the earth was one and humans had yet to learn of magic and science.
Before the world
But
went
we
to
were a
shit.
different people then, and the tales we tell from that time are vague and incomplete. Like myths and legends, the younger elation pay little attention to these tales.
Which is kind of surprising because myths and
Sometimes
legends would
I
be the more
worry
interesting
they will
ones
be
to them.
lost with me, these tales. And I am getting old. Very old.
Well, why don't you have an assistant?
I came to you to find answers to some important questions.